Hello and what's up everybody, it's the 17th Chronicler here, and I has built a MOC. And you'll notice, if you have been, if you've known me for a little while now, you'll notice that there's something special about this MOC. It is my Self-MOC. Yes, this is me, everybody. This is me in the universe of Bionicle. The wonderful universe of Bionicle. This is how I would look. If you're not aware of what a Self-MOC it is basically the builder's representation of themselves in a fictional universe. In the Bionicle universe, this would be me. This is my character in the Bionicle universe. So, I figure I will show you what is going on with this thing. Okay, so starting from the ground up, you can see that his feet are just pretty much just standard Toamata feet. I mean, they look good, but they got a little bit of a gap in there. I might fill that in sometime. Moving on up, his shins. Yeah, his shins are Technic. You got some Technic bits, a connector, Hordika down there. Hordika necks are really good pieces. And got some CCBS shells to cover it up, and it's the same on both sides. A little bit of a connection out here. Green underneath, black covering it up. The thighs are pretty much just standard Rakshi. Rakshi thighs, that's what they are. They're standard Rakshi thighs. They got a Borak eye. I extended the axle in there and attached a Borak eye onto there to make it look a little bit better. Add a little bit more green onto the MOC, make it look a little bit smoother up here. But that's the legs. Torso build. So if I remove this front armor piece, you can see that it is a bunch of Technic parts, a couple of Vaki waists up there in Metru Green. The chest armor is a Nika shoulder armor piece in black, and it connects via a couple of axles and pins, and it just snaps on. Doesn't cover up the center too much, but you got the connectors and the couplers in there. They kind of do that for me. On the back, I do have a storage space for my sword. I'll show you this in a minute. But yes, you see on the back I got a little sword connection for just via one pin, and a bunch of Technic connectors that form kind of the back armor, if you can call it that. Before I move on to the arms, the head is just a standard Toamata head with a light blue eye stalk, and I use a black Kanohi Pikari as my mask. Get on there. Okay. And you will notice that he has neck articulation because I use this wonderful little thing called Flex Tube. And guess what? Flex Tube is flexible. So I can have neck movement. Mostly from side to side, but up and down as well if I need it. And neck movement is beautiful, especially for Toamata heads, because they don't normally have neck articulation, so that's a good thing. Moving on to the arms. The upper arms are pretty much just standard Rakshi thighs, same as my thighs, but I did extend the axle like I did on my legs, and I put a piece of armor on there. And it's basically just this Technic connector and this Throwbot foot from 1999. And I just put them together, put that on as armor, sort of like a shoulder pad. I think it looks pretty good in the end. I mean, over here it's in green. Over here it's in white. And I will explain why it is in white in a minute here. after I get through showing the build. My forearms are not the greatest of innovations. It's pretty much just a CCBS bone. I don't have an issue with it. If you do have an issue with it, then just deal with it because I think it's fine. My hands, however, have moving fingers. So I can say hello. I can, wave. I can point. I can give you a thumbs up. But yes, my fingers can move and articulate, so that is really cool. I mean, I'm sure it's not that great of an accomplishment among the greater mocking community, but I've only started doing it fairly recently, so it's moving fingers. Come on, can you really argue with that? Arms are same on both sides except for the color right here. The legs look a bit awkward down here from the back. But I usually look at it from the front, so I don't think it's that big of an issue. Okay, so now that I've showed you the build, what's that white piece of armor about? Actually, 2 white pieces. Right there. Well, I'm a Whipser Toa. And, what that means is I'm a member of the Whipser Club. I'll link to the Whipser Club in the description, and you can check it out. But I am a Toa of Earth, hence the black and green color scheme. The blue eyes is just because I like blue eyes. Or the blue eye stalk, anyway. But, yes, I am a Toa of Earth, and because I am a Whipser Toa, and, if you know where the phrase Whipser Club comes from, then you'll get why my earth powers are mixed in with a little ice, and I have this white piece of armor to show that I have ice powers, and I'm part of a team that is kind of centered on ice. All of us have at least one piece of white armor, and it looks kind of out of place, but as a group, it looks really cool. Backstory-wise, I formed the Whipser Club with my friends, and we became the Whipser Toa. We pledged to defend against anyone who would dare interrupt the whispering. Okay, sword. I have a beautiful little sword here. This blade piece, the actual blade piece, is the Kopaka Mata sword in black. This was released with the Scrawl of 2010. While it wasn't the best set, in fact, it was one of the worst. It had a pretty cool weapon. It was one of the worst sets, but it had a pretty cool weapon. I really liked this sword design, and I made a little bit of a handle for it, which has kind of the cross guard, and I used a few Technic beams and connectors to make the handle a little bit longer. And on this hand, you'll notice that there's something extra right here. And there is an open axle there. I don't really care. But you'll notice that there's this piece, this little Technic beam. Half beam, anyway. And when I rotate that 90 degrees, put it like that, it sticks out in the middle of my hand. I can rotate my thumb back. I just slide the sword into my hand. Now I am holding my sword, and it looks fantastic. So yes, I did not want to have my sword loosely held in my fingers, even though I could have done that. I wanted to have a secure Technic connection, because I'm just that kind of guy. I wanted to have a secure Technic connection right here. I like to make sure everything is just stable and in place. But yeah, that is my Self-MOC, the 17th Chronicler, Whipser Toa of Earth. What do you guys think? Do you like him? Do you like his build? Do you like his backstory? Please let me know by leaving a comment down below, and if you did enjoy the video, leave a like or share it with your friends. I've got more MOCs to build and more videos to make, so until next time, I'm the 17th Chronicler, signing off. Goodbye.